What's up, it's Cairo. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be getting into some Commander Masters. I have two set boosters here, and at the end I'm going to crack this collector's booster. If you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more Magic the Gathering content, and here we go. Alright, let's get into our first set booster here. This set is fully draftable, by the way. So we're not opening draft packs today, but there are draft packs available, and you can draft this set. First we have a Token Spirit. Then Magus of the Wheel, 3-drop rare, 3/3. Each player discards their hand and draws 7 cards. Nice, especially in red when you don't have cards to discard, but your opponent does. Hey, that's a hit. Toxic Deluge. This is a super good sweeper for Commander. It's tunable, so you can get big creatures out and then kill all your opponent's little tokens. Very, very nice hit there in a set booster. Verdant Confluence, 6 mana. Choose 3. You can choose the mode more than once. 2 counters on creature. Return target permanent from your graveyard to your hand or search your library for a land card put in the battlefield tapped. It's a little expensive, but it's actually kind of cool in the late game to be able to return 2 permanents to your graveyard to your hand if you have nothing. Grab or make just a creature huge. Joel Rael Wanvuli Recluse, 2 mana 1/2 human druid. When you draw your second card each turn, create a 2/2 green cat creature token. So if you want a cat commander deck, Joel Rael might be a good commander for you. She can also pump all of the cat tokens and all your creatures. Judith Scourge Diva, 3 mana 2/2 other creatures, +1/+0, so sort of an anthem there. And when a non-token creature you control dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. Loyal Subordinate, 3/1 with Menace and Lieutenant. If you control your commander at the beginning of each turn, your opponent loses 3 life. Cool little ability to have on the field. Fungal Plots, 2 mana enchantment. Exile a creature from your graveyard, create a 1/1 green Saproling, sacrifice 2 Saprolings, gain 2 life, and draw a card. So a little bit of card draw, something that likes to mill themselves out, have creatures in the graveyard, maybe reanimate. Take advantage of some of the cards you don't want to reanimate there. Victimize, 3 mana sorcery. Choose 2 target cards in the graveyard, sack a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tapped. Nice. Sacrifice a token, get your Eldrazi back. Dread Return. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. With flashback, sacrifice 3 creatures. A lot of reanimator stuff going on in this set booster. Battle Screech, I believe this is downshifted to common. 4 mana, create 2 1/1 white birds. With flashback, tap 3 untapped white creatures you control. So a little bit of like a Convoke thing going on there. Crawling Infestation. Beginning of your upkeep, you may mill 2 cards. Whenever 1 or more creature cards are put in the graveyard, create a 1/1 green insect. That triggers only once per turn, so self-mill strategy there. Tragic Slip, instant -1/-1, morbid -13/-13 if a creature died. And if you're in a black sacrifice deck, maybe you can make that happen. Cryptic Serpent, 7 mana, 1 less to cast for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. That's going to be great in Pauper, whenever we have Tolarian Terror and things like that. Another Dread Return, full art, and a cool retro forest. Alright, so let's get into our second set booster here. City's Blessing on top for our token. Reality Shift, exile target creatures. Controller manifest the top card of their library. That's an uncommon. That's a foil. Regal Behemoth at rare, 6 mana 5/5 trample. You become the monarch when it comes in. When you tap a land for mana, add an additional mana of any color. A little expensive for my liking, because if you're at 6, you already probably have your mana rocks and stuff, but could be cool in the right build. Zatalpa, 4/8, 7-drop flying, double strike, vigilance, trample, indestructible. Izareth the Awakener, 3 mana 3/3 death touch. When it attacks, you can pay X. When you do, return target card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield with a corpse counter on it. If that creature would leave the battlefield, exile it anywhere. So a reusable reanimator creature. Not bad. Taigam, Sidisi's Hand, 5 mana 3/4, skip your draw step. Beginning of your upkeep, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 into your hand and the rest on your graveyard, and exile X cards from your graveyard. Target creature gets -X/-X till end turn. That's a nice little uncommon. So if you have things with flashback or whatever, take advantage of that. And then a little bit of creature removal as a mana sink. Furious Rise, enchantment at the beginning of your end step. Power 4 or greater, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card, so you exile another card with Furious Rise. Wildwood Scourge, nice Hydra with X. Comes with X counters on it. When 1 or more counters are put on a non-Hydra, put another one on Wildwood Scourge. Vizier of Tumbling Sands, 3 mana 1/3. Oh, a little twiddle effect, untap target, another target permanent, and you can cycle it. Whenever you cycle it, untap target permanent. Blue doing blue things. Ash Barrens, add colorless mana or basic land cycling. 3 mana rock. You can also sacrifice it to draw a card later. Command Tower, nice. Path of Ancestry, cool. Opal Palace, cool. And another Path of Ancestry and a Retro Plains. Alright, so here's the moment we've been waiting for. Let's crack this collector booster, see what's going on in this. We have a foil Thriving Grove. Comes in tapped, choose a color other than green, add green or the chosen color. Knighted Mirror. I'm a fan of this little guy. It's a common artifact creature, 3-drop 2/2. You can adapt at instant speed, so if it has no counters on it, you can make it a 3/3. Whenever one or more counters are put on it, it gains double strike till end of turn. Can actually pump in some damage. Makeshift Munitions. 2 mana enchantment, sack an artifact or creature for 1, deals 1 damage to any target. Deadly Recluse. 2 mana, 1/2, reach, death touch. Jade Mage. 2/1. Mana sink to create saplings. Okay. Heartless Act, nice removal from originally Throne of Eldraine. You can also use it to remove counters from things, from creatures. Foil Island, Path to Exile, full art. If there is a removal spell that's in a lot of commander decks with white, it's Path of Exile and Swords to Plowshares, but that's a very good card, and that's a really cool art. I'm going to take a little close-up for that. That's awesome. All That Glitters, another important downshift. You'll see that All That Glitters is common in this set, so it's downshifted. That means Pauper can play this. This is going to be very powerful in Pauper. Gorgeous art, full art there. Commander Sphere Foil, we went over that in the last set booster. Lorthos the Tidemaker, 7 mana. When it attacks, you may pay 8. If you do, tap up to 8 target permanents. Those permanents don't untap during their controller's next untap step. Next is Savage Beating, 5 mana mythic rare. Cast this spell only during your turn and only during combat. Choose 1 creature you control, gain double strike till end of turn, or untap all creatures you control after this phase. There's additional combat phase. Wow, a little bit of a build around because you have to cast it only during your turn in combat, but that is a hell of an instant to cast when your opponent's not expecting it. Also has Entwine too. Nyxborn Behemoth, 12 mana, 10/10. Cost X less to cast, where X is the total mana of non-creature enchantments you control. Trample, sacrifice an enchantment, it gains indestructible till end of turn. So hard to get that off the field when it comes down. Undergrowth Stadium, look at that gorgeous art. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents, not a problem, and it's Golgari mana for a duel. Urza, Lord High Artificer. Profile, foil, mythic rare. If you know, you played Modern, play Commander, you know what Urza does. You can pause the video and take a look at that, but look, that is a gorgeous, gorgeous pull right there. And a zombie also. So, again, if you like this video, you want more content like this, I appreciate it very much. Thank you for liking. Thank you for everybody who's supported the channel thus far. Take a look at the Urza Lord High Artificer again, because that's our pull of the day right there. So, thank you for subscribing, and I will see you next time.